So if I burp, I'm sorry. I have a little variety of a set list. Some of these poems are pertaining to the space itself. So Alex was the bones of the exhibition, and I was the skin, and Margo was the meat, and Matthew, who's not here tonight, was the eye. The eye. So I was the skin. So I just wanted to share some poems related to that. This first one is kind of off topic, but that's okay. This one was dated on the 15th of February, 2023. Do we ever really look at someone in their eyes beyond the color of their pupils while they talk about their life experiences and their dreams? You can see them searching for an answer through all the filing cabinets of their mind, wishing beyond the stars of existence that someone or something might notice. That they are here, in there, alive and living, breathing and being like you. This next one is for my mother. This is from a book I recently published last year called I Matter. It's titled Peachish Brownish. My mother told me when I was little, I would say that the color of my skin was peachish brownish. There was not a name for the color of my skin in an art box. Crayons, markers, colored pencils. I would mix peach and brown. It's good music. This next one is 4 parts. It's called Skin. I'm just going to read parts 1, 3, and 4 because I didn't like part 2. Our skin, almost hairless. So amazing how it repairs itself, how it washes away the pain. Underwater, through water, webs of cells, strands of veins coiling and piling intricate patterns, recreating, regenerating its almost original form, connected by more skin, nerves, bones, water again, hair again, flowing, growing. Skin part 3. Cracks and cuts, a continuous line, wrinkled edges, speckled spots, redistributed melanin, a taste, dead and alive, a continuous line, sagging, tightening, natural decay, natural preservation, lost and found, burnt and bleached, a pigment, super intelligent genes, molecules, vacuoles, a continuous line. This is Skin part 4. I only had clear skin as a child. No pimples, no acne, just a skin condition. My dead skin does not exfoliate itself. To this day, I still exfoliate my own skin. I still have the healed scar on my right kneecap from the falling on the pavement in the Bloomfield Elementary School parking lot. I did not cry. Slightly raised lines line my arms. The dark ones were not that deep. Cat scratches on my hands, discolored spots from picking at my face, more freckles. I find a new one every once in a while. The faded mark on my forehead, 4 stitches and 19 years ago. Stretch marks under my arms, on my chest, on my hips. A birthmark on one of my ass cheeks. Bags underneath my eyes that started almost a year ago. They came and never seemed to leave. A new line in my neck. Am I already getting old? Do I have dimples now? I wonder how my head would look if I were to cut off all my hair. I have 5 tattoos and want more, though the pain is almost unbearable. 2 rolls on my sides. I do not like that at all. My ethnicity doesn't even matter if I try to explain my color. A cashew, a peanut, the inside lining of an almond between its shell and the sweet thing in the middle, a nut. This one is not, I don't think it's finished yet, but it's pretty damn good. It's called Trying to Keep Cool. I keep taping the face of the air conditioning to its unit because the rattling makes too much noise. And I tape my breast to my pre-chiseled chest because my tits make too much noise. I wish that the surgery was as affordable as an AC unit, and I wish I could afford a place to live with central air because my breath keeps shortening and shortening because binding is simply not an option anymore, and taping and masking a face is something I simply cannot bear to wear too much longer because it gets worse every day and louder at the most inconvenient of times, and sometimes I cry after. The repetitive and exhausting attempt to tape the pain away while the adhesive can only last for so long before it needs to come off. I have done all I can and nothing is working. The only thing left to do is to invest into something new. This one's from an unpublished book that I don't know will ever get published. There's no title. Life, such a turn, axis of slanted view, death has thus returned. Orbit around the sun, time has just begun, stars old and new, rays of light, skies of rainbow blue, wait for the burn. I got 2 more. This one was on the 5th of February, 2023. A continuous headache, lack of sleep, too much alcohol, not enough water. My sociology class, unsatisfying Tumblr porn, too much socialization, no new work, and overdue commission. Wanting to paint these barking dogs, to be misgendered, lack of meditation, and inconsistent schedule, wanting pure intimacy, behind on my homework, avoiding my homework, experiencing systematic racism, experiencing unnecessary microaggressions, not enough money. Money isn't real. Cutting down trees, mountains of trash, disconnect in society, disconnect with parents. There is love. What is love? Not enough love. Never enough love. Always enough love. Love is love. A non-responsive landlord scratching between walls. I quit smoking. That's a lie. I crave cigarettes, coughing through pain, disassociating from reality, always fucking working. Lack of communication. What is wrong? Who is right? Wanting to stay in the bed, in the tub, in the house, having to leave, driving a car. I have so much shit everywhere. Sorry. Okay, this last one is actually for the alternate current log, and it's not published yet or on the website with Amplified Arts. It's called 9 Couplets. Water is the essence streaming through the body of your mind. Water is the mind flowing through the stream of your body. Soil is the memory decaying and growing, reliving and dying. Soil is the memory still and moving, depleted and fertile. Grass is a blade of 1,000 lands running deep. Grass is a land of 1,000 blades cutting deep. Sand is the sediment sculpted by never-ending time. Sand is the separation sculpted by everlasting time. Mountains are the slopes aligned with the rays of the sun. Mountains are the clouds aligned with the horizon of the sky. Air is the secret, whispering directions of the divine. Air is the direction, whispering secrets of the sublime. Light is the absence of darkness, existing and existing. Light is the shadow of darkness, existing and existing. Sun is the eternal star, radiating amidst the cosmos. Sun is the eternal energy, extending beyond your consciousness. Moon is the illumination, coming and taking the land. Moon is your imagination, pulling and pushing the tide. Thank you.
I have a really big stack of paper. Don't worry, I'm not going to read it all. I'm going to take these off. Whoa, okay. A remembering. I am a seagull turning into a becoming, sometimes 3 times a day, sometimes never. Woke up not knowing where I was, from dreams where I disappointed my mother. Cigarette burns appeared. It's so deadly quiet in here. Hear the blood moving. Used to put myself in these situations to feel. I still do, and I used to. Haven't sent the letter. Love you like the ocean loves the moon. Like body needs to move. Like I gotta get fully naked to eat this cheeseburger. Things pull apart, and we are left with the sound of rain. Live slow, die whenever. 1,000 balloons are set free. And where will they go? And we will never get the helium back. Steal from the best, it ends up new, perhaps. Remember the day in the river, a beer floated by. A can of beer you grabbed. We were just infants then. You remember more than I. You remember for both of us. Beautiful mind you've got. Remove the scales from my eyes. Call me by my true name. Like I'm telling my darkest darkness. Did you reach the bottom of the sea? Did you like what you found? Recipe for a long life. Sit in the sun but not too long. Sit in the moon as long as you want. Spend all your money on jet skis. Sleep, no plan. Watch birds. I am a tree. I stole that from you. The poem's in the mail. You asked for it and I'm delivering. Like a flower cautiously unfurls by moonlight. Open the blinds, lie on the floor. Do you think the moon likes this poem? My face scrunches, then smiles, remembering. Okay. Trying to gather myself. Bear with me. Margo gave this poem an A+ when she read it, so. Alright, work poem number 1. I cried on my diary, tore out the pages. Go away, don't try to dampen my shine. Just remembered I hate you and want you to die. Daddy, will you give me speed? I don't give a fuck that I'm late. Just blocked all my exes. Just blocked all my exes. Spring cleaning, ladies. Huge blister on my toe. Didn't ask, don't care. I spilled chocolate milk down my shirt in the cafeteria. I like telling people what to do and being told what to do. Do not leave beans in the hopper. Barista joke. Acid poem. Thinking about fucking up my life forever. Best acid trip ever. Acid poem. 4/15/20. Thank you. I did that. Anywho, pandemic breakup poem. Dishy coral. You don't need to find your soulmate to delete Hinge. Just delete it. I want everyone here to take out your phones and delete Hinge with me. Out for revenge and blood. Guillotines are coming back in style this spring. Mirrors on the ceiling. What's the most times you've ever come in one day? Eat food so you can make art. Buy fruit. I'm sorry, Daddy, I can't stand it when you're mad at me. I'm not mad at you. Why would I be mad at you? What could you have possibly done? Maybe you'll remember. I have pissed myself hundreds of times. 7-Eleven somewhere in California. My pupil dilation has gone down. That's good. Bigger fish to fry. Stop editing your poems. Don't limit yourself. Watch Columbo. Fuck Columbo. Hawaiian shirt season. Does this make sense? Is this something? You can watch Woody Allen movies if you want to. You're allowed. Stop editing your poems. I want to know what you think. You don't have to edit your poems. Cadbury cream egg, quad iced red eye, breakfast. Maybe I'll get political. Everything is. I'm singing and dancing in the kitchen where no one can hear. Amanda had a baby named Asteroid. Jeanette washing my dishes to white light, white heat live. What I lack in speed, I make up for in perfection. Happy Easter. Can we get day drunk for Jesus? Be polite. I guess I believe in God again. Can't separate the art from the artist, but that doesn't change how it made you feel. He has risen indeed. You're using a garlic press. Anthony Bourdain is rolling in his grave. Make sure the ingredients are fresh. I am Buffy Summers, your angel. Fucked up how happy I am today. Happy day. Best friend. Broken heart. 2000s matching necklaces. Happy birthday, Kelsey. Thinking about Ted Kooser and Greg Kuzma. Valentine poems by Ted. Good news by Greg. I'm Dean Martin, you're Frank Sinatra. Best pair in Bushwick. Who wants one? Espresso martini, wake me up and fuck me up. Scream your poem. They're all love poems, some are sad. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Does this? Having a smoke before shit hits the fan. Huge fan of doing things without permission. Whoops. Gonna take a twerk class. Deliriously happy. Be precise, quick, accurate. I'm a flea bit peanut monkey. All my friends are junkies. You can read me the long poem. I will never cut you off. You can tell everybody this is your poem. Your patience is appreciated. Holding down my tits as I run. Stop getting takeout. Learn how to cook like mommy. Ask her for recipes. Can't wait until tomorrow morning when I wake up and smoke and write poems on the stoop. Doing heroin with the president. I'm not ashamed to work this exhausting job I love. What are the reservations tonight? Busy? I'm telling the truth. I'm not a liar. I'm a truth teller. What a gas, what a laugh. The Rolling Stones, Brian Jones, overdosed in a pool and died. Your life and your art are a million times more important than the bar you work at. Is that my time? Can you do it like a short guy? Do like 10 more pages? Just kidding, unless. Sorry, I'm sorry. This seems the right length. Okay, I'm gonna read it. Remember days. Sitting on the roof, voice wailing since the last time. When was the last time you said something true? Going to the all-night spot, going to think about you and talk to you, and I'm not sorry for any of it. How could a flower do something bad? That's impossible. Trying to make sense, 4 drinks, don't hate myself yet, pissed on train tracks, would you believe? My nail beds bleed and hiss. Eco-friendly tampons, no applicators. Tampons should be free. Trauma is normal. A hole in my pocket I keep losing things to. Have to piss again, always. Morning vomit, I guess the pills weren't digested. Chewing and spitting things out is a disorder. Parks, Fulton, 14th, don't miss your stop. I love you too much. Why do I say shit like that? Wish you'd hug me tighter, kiss my cheek. Dream of swamps, lakes, beaches, bars, freeways, apartments, houses. I'm a special kind of dumb. I love you too much. I believe in you more than anyone. Thank you.
Hey everybody. My reading is going to be quick. I just have 2 things for you today. And they're 2 related things. They're related in that they're both about death, and they both feature a common item of furniture. So be looking for the common item of furniture. My first piece is just called Death Poem. And then the second piece I have for you today is a translation of a short story by the Argentinian writer Julio Cortázar. Yeah, and there's a chair in both of them, so. Okay, Death Poem. Wouldn't you like to leave yourself, mangled and broken, hard to reach, bones and slime, beyond saving but perfect? I have a checklist for your pensive corpse. Locate the planet your mind spins around. Rest under its twin moons, the moon of longing and the moon of implacability. Decide what sort of corpse you will be. The moon of longing leads you into the interstice between life and death, where you exude a total inability to defend yourself, and your placid dead lips, your closed dead eyes, make you precious again, as if the soul yet dwelling in your tragic fingers mustn't be jostled. as if your angel hasn't found you yet. One last time, when your body is found, you'll be carried like a baby. You'll be fussed over. You will be a cracked vase, deserving of the most exacting care. Gloved hands, in the special words we reserve for the dead, will anoint you. Your dead heart will pine the most as the ambulance pulls away, diagonally down the street, in such a way as to occupy as much space as possible, to show that within there is something worth impeding the world's normal debauched hurry. You will be extracted from this world with light touches and averted eyes, as we all stand still to allow an angel to pass. We hold our breath in hopes that our own cracked vase will be so fussed over. The moon of implacability, on the other hand, lights your God-cursed features with million-year-old starlight, making you strange to the dogs that yet live. Your dead heart will curdle as you stiffen, twisting your dead fingers into the most loathsome gestures. Before anyone can call a hearse to the peeling timber doors behind which you rest, shadows first have to be dispersed, suspicious gases have to be vented. Those who approach you find a gnarled thing, leaning in a green velvet armchair in a shaft of moonlight. The preciousness of your life that once was is like so much edema now staining the chair where you sit, stinking in your old skin. You always thought you'd become great when you were younger. It never occurred to you that you wouldn't. Now that you're dead, you can't help but feel that those dreams might be receding into the distance. Your corpse is inconsolable at this. Your corpse who may never have a Wikipedia page. Your corpse whose face now twists with regret. Your corpse is searching for lost time. Your hand is hooked, and the spirits calling your name can almost swear you are about to stand. Okay, so this is my last piece for you today. Like I said, it's a translation of a Julio Cortázar story. The Spanish title is Continuidad de los Parques, Continuity in Parks. He had started reading the novel a couple days before. He put it down for urgent business matters, picked it up again while returning by train to the estate. He let his interest gradually return to the plot, the filling in of the characters. That afternoon, after writing a letter to his agent and discussing a question of administration with the manager of his estate, he returned to the book in the tranquility of the study that looked over the park with its oaks. Sprawled in his favorite armchair, back turned to the door that would have thrummed with the irritating possibility of an intrusion, he let his left hand play across the green velvet and set to reading the final chapters. Without effort, his memory had retained the names and images of the characters. The novel had him back in its thrall almost immediately. He luxuriated in the near perverse pleasure of disengaging himself line by line from the things that surrounded him, feeling at the same time his head resting comfortably on the velvet of the high back of the armchair, the cigarettes resting within reach of his hand, the dusky air beyond the great windows whisking about under the oaks in the park. Word by word, absorbed by the sordid dilemma of the hero and the heroine, he descended into the world where words and images came together and took on color and movement. He was witness to the final encounter in the mountain cabin. The woman arrived first, apprehensive. Now arrived her lover, his face cut by the lash of a branch. Admirably, she stanched the blood with her kisses, but he rejected her touch. He had not come here to repeat the ceremonies of a secret passion, hidden by a world of dry leaves and furtive pathways through the forest. The dagger warmed itself against his chest, and a latent liberty beat below, ready to spring out. A pining dialogue ran across the pages like a river of snakes, and there was the feeling that every step had always been destined to be. Even those caresses which writhed about the lover's body, as though wanting to keep him there, to dissuade him from it, sketched abominably the shape of the other body that must be destroyed. Nothing had been forgotten. alibis, things left to chance, possible mistakes. From that time on, every moment had an exacting purpose. The cold-blooded double re-examination of the details saw only a moment's pause for a hand to briefly touch a cheek. Then night came. Without looking at each other now, rigidly fixed upon the fate that awaited them, they separated at the cabin door. She was to follow the path that led north. Going in the opposite direction, he looked back for a moment to see her running with her hair flying loose. He in turn set to running through the sheltering hedges and trees until he could see through the purpling twilight mist the tree-lined boulevard that led to the house. The dogs were not supposed to be barking at this hour, and they did not bark. The estate manager had no need to be there, and he was not. He went up 3 steps to the porch and entered. Over the blood pounding in his ears came the words of his lover. First a blue drawing room, next a foyer, and then a carpeted stair. At the top, 2 doors. No one in the first bedroom, no one in the second. The door of the salon, and then the knife in his hand. The light from the great windows. The high back of a green velvet armchair. And the head of a man reading a novel. That's all. Thanks.
Margo Johnson. I'm mostly a painter. I also have a normal job I go to every day. So, but I like to call myself a painter. I like to write. Writing kind of started as a way to work through my work, which is a lot of the time non-objective. I'm from South Omaha. That means I was there's like a 95% chance if you're from South Omaha, you were raised super Catholic. That's a big part of my work. I'm not practicing anymore, but it definitely influences my relationship with my body, because so much of that that religious practice tells you to reject the things your body likes. So it actually, a lot of the themes of my work, the body and flesh and that relationship kind of go well with what's going on in this room. I'll read you some. I'm going to read from my phone because that's where I write everything, because it's just easier. This is a poem about creativity as a parasite. There we are again. Know this one well. Now with knowledge, it was the first time you'd meet me. Let's think again. You knew then what I knew then, now and will know. In these times, you are a beautiful beetle, shimmering crimson and gold. I see them now. I felt them then. Let's feel them again. Your spiny jaws, of course, the shadows of your antenna, poking out of my eye sockets, little fingers tracing your will through the carpet, laser blue carpet. Oh parasite, you've been so sweet to me. It is time that I am finally sweet to you. I'm so sorry, I am glad to be sorry, that you knew that. With time, my eyeballs would fall from my head, and my head would fall in my lap, and my hands serve the purpose of your manifestation. Zizek, you've been so sweet to me, please forgive me. This one is called How the Sun Bit Its Tongue and Leaked Sunset into My Life. Throbbing sore glows red November, and on to baby leaked, never-ending end of day, to lead a life as sunset leaks, in joyous blooms, creeping violet, radiant smiles from blood-red cheeks, never-ending end of day, to lead a life as sunset leaks, twilight pink in jaded eyes, in brightest orange as waning flame, never-ending end of day, to lead a life as sunset leaks. In all good things are midnight blues, and in all truths a hazy gloom, when you lead a life in sunset leaked. When it rains, my face melts to tingling tracers of me, Off my chin, pools of me fill my clavicles. As the last of my brain dripped, I looked one last time at myself in the pool of me at my feet. I've heard we all evaporate. It will rain, beautiful me, again. I like repetition in a lot of my work, including my writing. Actually, I'm not really sure what I like in my writing. I try not to think about writing too much. It's a kind of a pure process I haven't overthought already. Whereas painting is something I know too much about, so it's all bogged down with bullshit. This is a lot of repetition. I am who am. Once I saw it. A hair on its big toe I am. But God no less. Only once I saw God in onceness. Only once I am, I am. I am alone, I am. Only once I am. Future seer, I am. I am future seer, I am. Past bearer, present, only once I am. Once I am who am, I am. I am generations, I am. I am generations roaring, I am. Desperate manifest, heir to all futures, named conjurer, desperate heir, named conjurer. I am only once because I am forever, always been patinated. Hidden time traveler, where were you when we snapped our fingers, and the sea purred at our feet and the sky slept on our chest? They looked to us, but only once. Today I am a flower, tomorrow the picker. I'd pluck my own head and have to dig for the flicker of generations all at once. Today I am a flower, digging for myself as picker, the picker that plucked my own head and had to dig again for the memory of being flower. Today I am a flower. I am remembering our life as a field of flowers I am. God danced through, I saw its foot, myself on its toe, remembering me as a flower, head plucked and tucked into his hair, fucked. Woo! I write about my dreams a lot. I often dream as other people. That's like a really jarring experience. You wake up and you don't know, like it takes a couple of seconds to kind of get your wits about you. This is about a dream, I think. It's the only thing that wouldn't make any sense. I can hardly stand, still wearing the drunk of a dream, I, the middle-aged drunk, dreamt of all my should-haves and could-nots, now doomed to stumble through the day as I stumbled through sleep, whenever I rest my head on alley bricks, just as I nod off, in the absence of should-have, an unempathetic hand gave me my head, an unempathetic push and thump into the wall. I can hardly stand, unable to sleep it off, hands stiff with violence, feet hot with gout. In the corners of my eyes are unempathetic hands, the man who followed me to where I slept, who'd wait for me to doze, who'd stick his hand in my pocket until I stuck my thumbs up and under his eyes, pop. I can hardly stand, unable to sleep it off. All of my writing is kind of automatic and intuitive. Some of it gets edited after. I don't think that this got edited at all. So it's kind of a stream of consciousness. I think I was stressed out about my car and my aquarium. An engine here, a door there, the hatch here, a transmission where I eat my dinner with a dull spoon, patinated with years of engine buildup, a motor oil stains that matches my teeth, the electric bill was high, and the CO2 tank leaks. Onto me like cool water, what a cool down, what a cool down, what a cool down, deep blood will be squeezed and I feel like a turnip. The bills want paid, they are actualized nirvana Buddhists that just are. My finger is crawling off the page of a cat-turned head, ears perked, thinking a red cord could be a venomous snake. And my ears are perked as the cat has ruined many a venomous snake, and cooked goose and the fish tank hums, and I should be in the dark as I do this, as the world is too much, I cannot. A man sells the plasma of his soul on a gray, cloudy day as I, empty, drive by. On the corner he lies searching for breath. 4 burlier men report monotone news. The search for breath was a failure. Pick up his soulless body and take it to the box. What a world, what a place, how fucking bizarre. I lick cadmium red on my fingers, maybe I can still get out. This space is empty. There's a stuffed dog at the Walgreens. A girl is leaving and she'll never come back. There's a hole in a chest that whistles. There's a hole in a chest that whistles. Downstairs there can be horrible shouting. Staircase would creak and crack. If it got too close, waterbeds wave when a dinosaur stops. If you smack them with your ear, to them the noise is loud enough, like a fat belly, and it feels wrong to laugh. If you ever get to be in a plane, the girl who is leaving says that it looks a lot like our plaid green and white blanket, and that's how you know you're home. You imagined me, I remembered you. Now remember this little least I could do. There's a time for the present, now isn't it? Now let's dream of each other. This is a recurring dream I had, and I think it'll be my last one. I had this dream where I talked to this old man sitting on a porch over and over again. A weather-worn shack, shaded in radiant waves of heat blistering off the bright white desert floor. An old man sits on the drooping porch, red shirt, blue jeans, brown cowboy boots. I go to him, I am thirsty. A circle is to suffer. I know him, his voice, but I cannot speak. I cannot bear to look at this face of the divine. A circle is to suffer. A weather-worn shack, shaded in radiant waves of heat blistering off the bright white desert floor. An old man sits on the drooping porch, red shirt, blue jeans, brown cowboy boots. I go to him, I am thirsty. The circle is to suffer. I know him, his voice, but I cannot speak. I cannot bear to look at this face of the divine. A circle is to suffer. A weather-worn shack, shaded in radiant waves of heat blistering off the bright white desert floor. An old man sits on the drooping porch, red shirt, blue jeans, brown cowboy boots. I go to him, I am thirsty. The circle is to suffer. I know him, his voice, but I cannot speak. I cannot bear to look at this face of the divine. The circle is to suffer.
I don't think I've ever read at a reading with this many people. So, let's just under-promise and over-deliver. All right. Here's a poem I wrote on Christmas. We'll call it The Real Meaning of Christmas. It feels like any other day. Nothing inside lit up. Ate half a pill today and yesterday after I ran out before finals week. Missed calls and new voicemails piled from the psychiatrist, the pharmacy, the insurance agent. Feeling ugly and hopeless. Playing solitaire over and over with no noticeable benefit to my mood. Sad about how old my face is becoming. Sad about seeing friends less and less as more move away from Lincoln because they can. Burning my eyes on the screen, not enjoying myself on Twitter and Reddit. Thinking about fascism, eco-fascism, and climate collapse. In class, feeling absolutely fucked by Arctic ice, ecosystem collapsing faster than my body's degrading. I don't want to live to see the end of civilization. 21st century international genocide pact between the rich. Bill Gates paying people in poverty to sterilize themselves makes me want to sever his genitals from his body. I hope to join a mob and hang the Koch brothers by their ankles. I want to feed oil to them and watch the brothers reunite in hell. All right, now we're gonna read a Franken poem This is a work in progress. I'm sorry. I've never lived so intensely. A little baked, listening to Bon Iver, the touches of tears on top of my eyeballs that recede, that are waves from a lake my tears created. Soft laughter waxes and wanes. I could clearly hear him ask, "Why are you so far from saving me?" Is this joy? Laughing and crying simultaneously? This is surely the hysteria of a woman in the grips, in love at rest. I ate, brushed my teeth, crawled into bed with half a video. Lay down, lights off, time passed, sit up, lights back on, broken flushing mechanism on toilet, plunged piss water and toilet paper to shreds twice. As a sort of manual flush, still paper and piss in the bowl. Did I forget how to draw? I only remember my good drawings. I think I used to make more good drawings. Nothing I make is worth showing anyone. Literally, the only thing I can reliably draw is shitty, ugly self-portraits. How original. I wish I was emotional about something cool, like the moon landing. Instead of my fucking dumb job. Every time I turn off the lights, vibe shift. Every time I turn off the lights, I see that seated figure shaking, bleeding from their whole jaw, chunky, sticky pieces falling from where their mouth would be. Like Shea St. John, the empty eyes, the mannequin is the human, lights in the vagina/eye. Am I doe-eyed, doll-faced, moon-faced, soft, stitched body, stiff hands, painted face? A heart silhouetted on the side of the highway. In the intense now. Sour shroud, where is your dead? I'm thinking of the parade of humanity in America. Millions of people walking underground in debt. This cavalcade, people burying their children, the animal hatred, the hoarding. A man with massive wealth will die today. Scraped a hole right through the clay where my nose meets the inner corner of my eye. I try not to be upset, but I almost cry in class. A hole in my head, a hole in my head. The art is maybe ruined. Ugh, why? Lock screen shows me a vista, the steepest gorges, and dewy spring mornings with stars shining through. It's not true. The truth is the plastic-filled stomach of an albatross who soars. The truth is $1 for 12 hours of labor on a human farm. The grasses are tall and lush this year. The rotting is far enough away to be invisible. The truth is crashing into the side of a mountain. The truth is the mutagenic future. Wrong page. Of tender amphibians and the future they share with us. All right. Let's go. Okay, let's go. All right, this one is called Work and Vomit Poem. Last Friday, a girl at Fuzzy's Taco Shop told me she liked my pin. When I worked the overnight shift at Fuzzy's Taco Shop, I wear a pin that says "Life equals dream" from Paul, to remind myself when life is a nightmare that it is passing. My blue tongue surprised me in the mirror. I remembered I was drinking Powerade all day at work as a hangover worked its way through me. Last night after work, my assistant general manager told me, "Go shot for shot with us, Margo." And I went shot for shot with him and my shift manager, Kyle. I had at least 8 drinks between 5 and 8 p.m. Looking through my text, I deduced that I threw up 3 times in just under an hour. Kyle asked if I wanted to smoke in his car. I said, sure. This is all true. When he passed me the pipe, I passed it back, got out of the car, and vomited next to it. New Year's of 2015, Sophie, my sister, gave me $30 of her Christmas money to clean her vomit out of the car. It was on the side of the back seat with a door that's jammed shut. I think it was bread. All right. I've got 2 more. Okay. Windmill poem. Some people don't like the way the future looks. They claim windmills are eyesores.
I feel awe in their presence at the sheer scale of the towers and the blades like white wings or whale fins. In the Midwest, fields of them moving with the wind, sunlight, clear blue and yellow skies. In the dark, windmills are 10,000 red lights flashing in unison. My stars, my wings, my mast moving. I'm not dust again yet, a debt I'll repay to the earth someday. And as ridiculous as it seems, I hope my heart is as light as a feather, and that I may follow that starry path to a place we can stay forever. All right, one more. I can't get the brights to stay on, but if the brights don't stay on, the car has one headlight and it's going 75 miles per hour in the dark for an hour. Feelings of doom surround me all week. The thought of driving that stupid metal hunk 75 miles an hour with 4 souls inside. One headlight doesn't feel dangerous until I'm not alone. I need one working bulb per person blasting a cone of daylight across the painted concrete, wiping away all doubt and danger. I need a bulletin sent out. Do not drive drunk on the highway on your motorcycle or pickup truck tonight. There's too much at stake. I need bridges constructed over 50 miles of interstate roads to allow safe passage for deer, raccoons, possums, foxes, and other smaller beasts of the kingdom. I need a bridge of trees stretching from city to city, and I will learn to swing between them. Grow my breast muscles so big that I can take myself arm over arm to the next city. Let you climb aboard my spacious back, and I'll swing from branch to branch as good as a gibbon. We'll make it to the hometown alive. We'll go anywhere because my strength is limitless and my arms are growing daily. I'm straining to my biological limits every day because I want to lift bigger weights, because these barbells are too small for my spirit. Pushing what I cannot do into reality. Giving birth? I will never give birth, but I am here in 3 dimensions of sweat and grins to greet the new ape woman emerging from me.